Good Monday morning. Today is a first alert weather day as we'll have the potential for some low elevation snow. Now for right now, the snow is mainly just up in the Blues and the Cascades. There is this little band of some snowflakes setting up around the Tri-Cities and spanning up into Franklin County. But as we head into the afternoon, some of this could start to slip down into the foothills, and then into tonight, this could slip down maybe into the lower Columbia Basin as well. Right now, temperatures into the teens up in the Cascades, 20s and 30s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, right around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin. The same thing for the Blue Foothills, and teens and 20s up in the Blues. So all of us need to bundle up, and pretty much all of us have to break out the ice scraper for this morning. So again, today is a first alert weather day from 4 p.m. this afternoon to 4 in the morning on Wednesday for the lower Yakima Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills. We could have up to an inch of snow for places like Sunnyside and Hermiston and Walla Walla. And then we have another set of first alert weather days for Thursday and Friday for the same microclimates, this time up to an inch for the Valley and Basin, up to 2 inches for the foothills. So we will time out all of the snow potentials for this week. That's coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Administration's policies on immigration. A rally for several hours buckles traffic on a busy Pasco road.
And at least one person was taken to the hospital after a crash near that rally. It's just one of a few injury crashes that happened around the region. We'll let you know what we have the details on.
And Prosser Memorial Health shuts down their old hospital and begins operations at their new state-of-the-art facility, an achievement for the medical community 7 years in the making. Details on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, February 3rd. Hope everybody had a great weekend, and we have a lot to get to this morning, so we're going to start with some new information. Hundreds of people lining Road 68 and driving their cars to take part in an immigration rights rally in Pasco.
Yeah, well, rallies took place across the region and on the national front. This one happening at the intersection of Road 68 and Burden Boulevard. The rally lasted several hours. You can see people walking up and down the sidewalk, waving flags, holding signs, all protesting the president's new administration to the immigration policy. People also attached flags to their vehicles, held on to them as they drove by and honked. This was all happening right there around Road 68 and that surrounding intersection. You can see it had traffic backed up in both directions for several miles. People participating in this rally say it's just the beginning and they won't stay silent in the face of discrimination. It's, of course, a developing story we're continuing to follow and we'll keep you updated on. And a crash actually shut down Sandifer Parkway Sunday night there in Pasco, leaving another major traffic headache as that rally continued to go on near Road 68. The crash involved at least one car and a pickup. It happened just past the intersection of Road 68 and Sandifer Parkway at about 7 o'clock last night, just right next to that Maverick gas station that's there. Both the truck and the car did have some pretty significant damage and had to be towed from the scene. One person, we're told, was taken to the hospital. It's still under investigation on just how that crash happened. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we continue to learn more. And several first responders were called to a single vehicle crash. It was an off-road crash that happened Sunday afternoon at Hoover Park in Benton County. 3 people were hurt. One person had been thrown from that four-wheeler and had to be airlifted to a nearby hospital. You saw that helicopter there on your screen. The other 2 were taken by ambulance. Benton County Sheriff's Office says they're investigating that crash and the current conditions of those involved are unknown at this time.
In Pasco now, where the city council just named Dave Zabel as interim city manager. He officially started on Saturday, and the council says Zabel is a longtime leader and a familiar face at City Hall. He led Pasco for nearly a decade before retiring in 2022. Mayor Pete Serrano says Zabel is a natural choice, and the council continues its search for a permanent replacement for Adam Lincoln, who announced last week that he was leaving in the city for the Port of Pasco's executive director role. Now, it's taken a couple of years, but the owners of Summers Hub in Kennewick have realized the next phase of their dream, breaking ground for a new location across the river in Pasco. And the new location is in a lot in front of Giza Stadium. Multiple city officials, Dust Devils management, and others came out in support of the food truck station location. Chris Corbin, owner of Summers Hub, says he traveled around the state to find his new second location, but ultimately he followed his heart.
Pasco won. My mom's from Pasco. This is a tight-knit community, and Pasco really needs a place like the Hub, a place where the community can come together as families, as business meetings, you know, just a place to get out of our crazy weather, enjoy a good bite to eat, and some quality time with some friends.
Corbin says the building should be started on by March, and as of right now, things are lined up to open this new location in September of this year, but he says he hopes to open sooner.
And here comes a new bridal boutique to Vista Field. The sale of the land right off of Crosswind Boulevard happened just days ago for Blueberry Bridal. The 4,000 square foot wedding shop will feature designer dresses, veils, jewelry, suits and tuxes, and so much more. The boutique is in the final phases of permitting with the city of Kennewick. Construction should start there within the next 3 months and should be complete by the end of the year. I have a soft spot for that place. That's where I got my wedding dress.
Oh, cute. I've got to check it out.
I know. Yeah, you're next. Okay, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. New tariffs on imports from Mexico, Canada, and China. They are set to take effect around midnight. But will these new tariffs end trade deficits or start a trade war? We're going to let you know what the experts are saying this morning.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast, and it is a first alert weather day. He'll tell you exactly why right after the break.
Save now at Buy Mart with 3 weeks of savings in our latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. You'll find Pepsi brand 12 packs, buy 2 get 2 free. Employee owned for 20 years. Buy Mart saves you more.
Discover cutting-edge wellness at Augment Wellness today. From cold plunges, infrared saunas, compression therapy, hyperbaric chamber, and our state-of-the-art red light booth. And join us for our grand opening celebration, February 14th in Kennewick.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
What are you up to, Alice?
Well, the nice mechanic asked me to check the pulleys.
Wow, I just realized you can see things we can't. I've always wondered what's in those small windows.
It's marketing.
So that's where they hide out.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
What does dino casting call mean?
That seems bad.
I'll get my resume ready.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
2025 is your year to start a new business, and the City of Pasco is here to help. We have newly updated commercial kitchen space and vendor windows available at the Pasco Specialty Kitchen downtown. Mobile food vendors, we've made it faster and easier than ever to get permits and connect with customers, thanks to new citywide regulations for food trucks and hand carts. Visit pasco-wa.gov for more information and join the thriving Pasco community. Naturally transformative.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day as we'll have the potential for low elevation snow, but I don't want to forget about our higher elevations as for right now traction tires are required for US Highway 2 at Stevens Pass and for US Highway 12 at White Pass. So just a little update in regards to those. And for other passes, traction tires are either advised or you do have to carry chains by law. Okay, now on to temperatures in Kittitas County, teens in 20s, 21 in Ellensburg, 22 for Cle Elum. And then in the Yakima Valley, low 20s in the upper Yakima Valley, upper 20s to low 30s in the lower Yakima Valley. So all of us probably needing to break out the ice scraper for this morning. It would be the same thing in the lower Columbia Basin where temperatures are hovering right around that 32-degree threshold, that freezing threshold. So right at that in the Tri-Cities, a little bit below that for Mesa and Connell. And then in the Blue Foothills, also right around that threshold, a little bit colder for places like Cabbage Hill, Battle Mountain, Ukiah, up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your day planner for lower elevations. It's going to be pretty gray for today. It's going to be cold, but into the afternoon, the late afternoon, that's when we could start to see some of that snowfall slipping down into the Blue Foothills. So for today, a cold day, low elevation snow chances again start this afternoon, and they'll become much more widespread into this evening and into the overnight hours. So time all that out. I'll show you how much rainfall, how much snowfall we're expecting, not only from this storm system, but also from several ensuing storm systems. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. In national news this morning, will new tariffs on imports from Mexico, Canada, and China end trade deficits or start a trade war? The U.S. could find out if they take effect around midnight as planned. President Trump plans to impose sweeping 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico, and a 10% tariff on Canadian oil and gas, and a 10% tariff on Chinese imports. Now, some economists say that U.S. households could end up spending about $2,600 more each year under this plan. The president is acknowledging potential pain for Americans, but he says it will be worth it for the end result. He also says he wants to reduce trade deficits and secure U.S. borders. Now, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau saying Canada will issue 25% retaliatory tariffs on more than $100 billion of American goods. Trudeau also saying that this will raise costs for Americans on things like food at the grocery stores and gas. Today, President Trump is set to speak with Trudeau as well as the president of Mexico. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up after the break, we're talking about winter weather and what we're seeing across the region, and possibly even some snow. Just how much are we talking? Well, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break it all down for you when we come back. It's 6:12.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. All regular price silver jeans are now $20 off. Save $30 on Ariat Treadfast waterproof work boots. All Okuma fishing rods are $15 off. And get Cascade Feed's 50-pound bag of cracked corn for just $12.99. Honest values, great selection, and prices that can't be beat. Find it all at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest. Homegrown. Honest values.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Because early is easy with a medium iced coffee, caramel or classic, for just $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection Giveaway, where one winner gets this awesome love collection. Enter each day on the contest page at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Thank you to these love-minded sponsors.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service, plus free electrical safety inspection. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
It's the second largest ski area in Washington, with views to match the awesome skiing.
On a clear day like today, we can see all the way to Canada. It's stunning.
Fly the Northwest.
We are a hidden gem.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Live's got an eye for fashion with Laverne Cox.
Best place to shop is in your closet sometimes. Well, in my closet.
Yes, exactly. Plus actress Olivia Holt from Hard Eyes.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a first alert weather day, and we'll have several more over the next 7 days as we have several storm systems to talk about. We'll have one, of course, we'll deal with some for today, but another one into Tuesday and Wednesday, another one into Thursday and Friday, and another one into Saturday and Sunday. So let's go ahead and we'll start off with today, okay? Snow chances will continue in the Cascades and Blues throughout the day, picking up after lunchtime. Low elevations will start off dry, but small snow chances will creep into the Blue foothills during the late afternoon. This includes places like Lexington, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. Then for tonight, chances for snow will pick up for the Blue foothills this evening and could also trickle down to parts of the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, and Lower Columbia Basin. Snow chances will continue for mountain ranges as well, with better chances being in the Blues as opposed to the Cascades. Then for tomorrow, in general, snow chances will stay small but consistent throughout the day. Snow levels will be low enough to where if any precip falls in the region, it'll likely be in the form of something frozen. This includes all lower elevations spanning the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue foothills. Of all those aforementioned microclimates, the Blue foothills will have the best chance at seeing accumulating snow. Then for tomorrow night, chances for snowfall will essentially stay the same as during the day on Tuesday. The Cascades, Blues, and Blue foothills will have the best shot of seeing accumulating snow, while it'll likely be drier for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, and Lower Columbia Basin. So now on to some of the snowfall totals we're expecting from 4 this morning to 4 in the morning on Wednesday, maybe 3 to 4 inches of snow for a Cascade passes, 5 to 6 inches of snow for a Blue Mountain passes, but possibly up to an inch for lower elevations, including places like Walla Walla and Hermiston and Sunnyside. Then into Wednesday, this is probably going to be the calmest day we'll see over the next 7 days. So I'm going to hand wave some of these snowfall totals, but just know that this is really going to be an in-between day, a little precursor to Thursday and Friday. This storm system looking a little bit more interesting for lower elevations, maybe getting up to another inch for the lower Yakima Valley and the Lower Columbia Basin, possibly up to 2 inches in the Blue foothills and upwards of 5 to 6 inches of new snowfall in the Blue Mountains. And then into Saturday and Sunday, another storm system. This one not looking as nearly as impressive for lower elevations, but the snowfall for mountain ranges could be a little bit more equally distributed. High temperatures staying seasonal, if not actually sub-seasonal for the next 7 days. So it's going to be a wintry and it's going to be a cold 7-day forecast. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold and dry Wednesday, but another shot at accumulating snowfall into Thursday and Friday. Then for Yakima, maybe a few snow showers Wednesday through Friday, but brisk and dry for the weekend. Then in Ellensburg, similar to Yakima, a few snow showers possible for mid to late week, then mostly dry this weekend. In Hermiston, drying out for Wednesday, but another chance of some snowfall for Thursday and Friday, and perhaps another chance this weekend. And then for Walla Walla, chances for snowfall will continue for Wednesday and beyond, with another peak in the action possible on Friday. And now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your side.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last, or score 60 months no interest. The President's Day Super Sale on now at Furniture Row.
Save now with 3 weeks of members-only savings with Buy Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Buy 2, get 2 free Pepsi brand 12-packs. Save on pantry favorites, Blue Diamond bagged almonds, and Frito-Lay party-sized chips. And save big in the bonus zone. 50-pound bags of Black Gold Performance Blend dog food are $14 off. And save $5 on a Friskies 48-can pack of wet cat food. Buy Mart, employee-owned, investing in your communities and saving you more.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels. For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life. We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Or score 60 months no interest. The President's Day Super Sale. On now at Furniture Row.
The Kraken face-off against Detroit, 6:30 Tuesday on MeTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, we're talking about the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, which took place last night.
Yeah, that's right. The night that honors the best in music was jam-packed with performances and also some heartfelt tributes.
The evening had many performances like Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, who did some California Dreaming before they won Best Pop Duo or Group Performance for their song called Die With a Smile.
Also, Sabrina Carpenter dominating the year, taking home the award for Best Pop Vocal Album for her breakout album called Short and Sweet.
And Chappell Roan performing just before winning Best New Artist. And right there, Kendrick Lamar winning Song of the Year and Record of the Year for his song Not Like Us.
And perhaps the most emotional moment was when Los Angeles firefighters came on stage to announce what is widely viewed as the evening's biggest award, Album of the Year.
And that award went to Beyonce, who now has the most Grammys in history and finally has the most treasured achievement. Also, the night before, Beyonce officially announced her Cowboy Carter tour.
And lastly, 2 posthumous awards of note, President Jimmy Carter for Best Audiobook and the Beatles for Best Rock Performance with Now and Then.
And I caught a little bit of Sabrina Carpenter's performance and it was really cute.
It was, yeah. There was some great performances. And then they also raised over $7 million for fire relief in LA. Yeah, I know.
Love to see that.
All coming together, yeah.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, fire crews from around the Tri-Cities respond to an apartment fire in Richland. What firefighters found when they got to the scene.
And the second half of the school year just getting underway, but TriTech is opening its doors to some potential new students. We have more on that coming up after the break.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride the clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Did you know that maintaining your oral hygiene not only ensures your teeth and gums are in good health, but also ensures that you are free from disease-causing bacteria?
These same bacteria are found in blood clots of people who have recently suffered heart attacks. Biomarkers from these oral bacteria can be found in up to 50% of the clots taken from these victims. Now more than ever, oral health is directly related to your overall health.
Trust the team of experts at Avanta Dental. Our friendly team is ready to help you have a brighter, healthier future.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
If you like options, you'll love my $5 all-day big deal meal. Choose from 4 delicious entrees and 5 tasty sides with a drink. Oh, and nobody else includes breakfast items all day. Just this guy. At Jack, every bite's a big deal. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Life's too short to put up with a bad bank. You have a life, places to go, people to see, and things to get done. You don't have time for banks or credit unions that don't care. You deserve better. At Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, we've served Central Washington and the Columbia Basin since 1905 with 10 branches, face-to-face service, and a 5-star app when you're on the go. So go have fun. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to put up with anything less. Bank better with Yakima Federal.
Next ET.
Backstage at the Grammys.
I'm speechless. All the exclusives from music's biggest night.
I just have a great time with these things.
It's the coolest feeling in the world. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Skiing with incredible views. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning, and thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, that jackpot's not very high right now, but you're going to keep making it higher because you're going to keep getting it right?
Yes, and it's not zero. There's a little something.
So there's a little something in there.
Yeah, it's more like a piggy bank and not a jackpot. But all right, let's go ahead and take a look at the contest results. The 3-Degree Guarantee Contest, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. So on Friday, I went with a forecast high of 48 in Pasco. It just barely verified, and so now the jackpot is up to 25 degrees. And so for today, I'm going with forecast high of 42. If the actual high falls between 39 to 45, the jackpot's going to go up to 50 bucks. But if my forecast goes bust, all 25 bucks could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page, or by scanning the QR code that is on your screen. Now what's on your screen would be a whole lot of blue. Snow showers up in the Cascades and in the Blue Mountains. It looks like a little band of some very light snowflakes at this point, but would be from the Tri-Cities up to it's really riding along the Walla Walla and Franklin County line, but we'll continue to track this. This stuff is mostly going to be up in the mountain ranges for today up until the afternoon. That's when it's going to start to trickle down into lower elevations, especially the Blue Foothills. Right now, temperatures up into the teens in the Cascades, 20s and 30s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, right around freezing in the Basin, and also for the foothills, teens and 20s up in the Blues. So all of us need to bundle up for this morning, and I'm thinking probably most of us would have to break out the ice scraper. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Gray and cold all throughout the day, and then look at this, 10 p.m. Yep, those are some snowflakes. A little chance of some snowfall even here in the Tri-Cities. So for today, like I mentioned, cold and gray, the best chances of snowfall into this afternoon in the Blue Foothills. And we do have a first alert weather day from 4 p.m. this afternoon to 4 in the morning on Wednesday for the lower Yakima Valley, lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills. Could have up to an inch of snow for Sunnyside, Hermiston, and Walla Walla. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of the snowfall forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
And we start your 6:30 half hour of news in Richland, where several fire agencies responded to an apartment fire at the Vintage Apartments over the weekend. Fire crews from Pasco, Richland, and Kennewick all working the scene. At least one apartment did have some smoke, fire, and water damage. That apartment was on the ground floor. Firefighters say when they got to that apartment, there was an active fire. It was filled with smoke pouring out of the roof and the windows. We are told everyone was able to get out okay. Police were also on hand helping with traffic and people who were evacuated. Right now, the cause of that fire is still under investigation.
In a crime alert, a 28-year-old Richland man has been arrested and accused of hiding a cell phone in a Kennewick coffee shop bathroom. Now, authorities say the man was arrested on suspicion of voyeurism. An employee found the cell phone recording them while they were in the bathroom. That employee then activated a panic alarm, bringing police immediately to the scene. The man ran from the coffee shop but was later arrested at his home in Richland. And Benton County Fire District 1 says it's facing a crisis of its own. Calls have surged more than 35% in 5 years, and that means firefighters and EMTs are responding to an average of 2,000 emergencies every year. District officials say more than half of those emergencies are medical related, but the money to keep up with those emergencies with firefighters and the cost of equipment just isn't there. For example, a fire engine that cost $600,000 4 years ago is now more than $1 million. That's why the Board of Fire Commissioners is asking people to consider voting for a levy lid lift during the August 2025 primary election. And if you want to see the breakdown, check out our story at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Well, although students and parents are still pushing through this school year, TriTech's Skills Center enrollment is now open for the next school year. TriTech is a school of choice serving all 8 school districts in the Tri-Cities area. To apply, the director of TriTech says you have to be a junior or senior for the upcoming school year, and TriTech gives students the opportunity to see which career path best suits their career goals through diverse programs and hands-on learning experiences.
We're able to have students participate in the program, have internship opportunities, earn college credit, and they'll be very well positioned for going to that next step, either as a high-performing entry-level worker or advanced placement into community college or university.
The director says that if you go to apply and the registration list is already full, don't be discouraged. They do have a wait list. Registration is set to close on March 7th, and we have a link to that up on our website, Apple Valley News Now. All right, Groundhog Day. Well, not for Oregon. They have good old Stumptown Phil, also known as Philbert the Beaver. Groundhogs aren't native to the Pacific Northwest, so at the Oregon Zoo, they say the state is filled with beaver believers. Philbert has thousands of fans on his social media channels, and the zoo uses him to educate people on one of the state's most iconic animals. His handlers say last year Phil predicted an early spring, and he was right. For this year, Phil is predicting 6 more weeks of winter.
And now let's talk about Punxsutawney Phil, his famous cousin and the country's most famous groundhog. So he agrees with Stumptown Phil. He saw his shadow, so 6 more weeks of winter. And of course, if you want the most accurate weather forecast, our very own Josh Colbreth is your go-to predictor. Also, according to NOAA, Phil has only been right about 35% of the time for the last 20 years, but Josh's 3-degree guarantee was going on 19 days last check, so he's still going up right now. And coming up next, a proposal making its way through the Washington legislature would require some drivers to have a speed limit device on their cars. We have the details coming from Olympia in just a few minutes.
But first, giving you that live look outside over the mighty Columbia this morning. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your First Alert forecast on this First Alert Weather Day when we come back at 6:33.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Save now with 3 weeks of members-only savings with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Buy 2, get 2 free Pepsi brand 12-packs. Save on pantry favorites, Blue Diamond bagged almonds, and Frito-Lay party-sized chips. And save big in the bonus zone. 50-pound bags of Black Gold Performance Blend dog food are $14 off. And save $5 on a Friskies 48-can pack of wet cat food. Bi-Mart, employee-owned, investing in your communities and saving you more.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. All regular price silver jeans are now $20 off. Save $30 on Ariat Treadfast waterproof work boots. All Okuma fishing rods are $15 off. And get Cascade Feeds 50-pound bag of cracked corn for just $12.99. Honest values, great selection, and prices that can't be beat. Find it all at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest. Homegrown. Honest values.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection Giveaway, where one lucky viewer wins an awesome love collection, including a gold heart pendant, a beautiful floral arrangement, and certificates for wine, a river cruise, and spa treatments. Enter to win today and every day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. From Whitman Hill Winery, the Flower Bar, Water to Wine Cruises, Z Place Salon and Spa, Jewelry Design Center, and Apple Valley News Now.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life. We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Weeknights.
Good evening, everybody.
Apple Valley News Now at 5, followed by ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. Then Apple Valley News Now at 6 and 6:30.
New at 6 tonight.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, and Stacey Lee Weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side.
She was lured to your apartment.
Judy is back in the courtroom with all new cases and only on Apple Valley News Now.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
In front of millions of people.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day, mainly for the snowfall we could see in lower elevations, but we're going to start off by talking about the snowfall we could see in higher elevations from 4 in the morning this morning to 4 in the morning on Wednesday morning. Could have 3 to 4 inches for Snoqualmie Pass, Blewett Pass, and White Pass, probably just an inch for that Crystal to Greenwater interchange, probably just an inch for Cle Elum, maybe a couple inches for Stevens Pass off of US Highway 2. Then in the Kittitas Valley, maybe up to an inch for Ellensburg and Manastash Ridge, maybe up to an inch for Vantage. And then in the Yakima Valley, probably less than an inch for the upper Yakima Valley, but we could get up to an inch in the lower Yakima Valley. Also maybe an inch for Sadis Pass off of US 97. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, probably less than an inch for the Tri-Cities, for the Hanford site, for Mesa and Connell, maybe getting up to an inch down towards Hermiston. And then in the Blue Foothills, anywhere between 1 to 2 inches, likely the highest totals being in some of the higher terrain of Pilot Rock. And then in the Blue Mountains, we could see anywhere between 5 to 6 inches for Interstate 84, US 395, and for Oregon 204. Now let's talk about the big picture, the snowfall deficits and surpluses we're tracking up in our mountain ranges. We're still in a deficit in spite of all the snow we had over the weekend, still in a deficit in the upper Yakima Basin, but we're running some subtle surpluses in the Natchez Basin, the Umatilla Basin, and in the Walla Walla Basin. And I'll show you more snowfall that we have in the forecast over the next 7 days. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, a proposal making its way through the Washington legislature would require certain drivers to have a speed limiting device on their cars. Albert James is in Olympia with why legislators say it's a necessary solution to a growing problem.
We're losing Washingtonians, and family members are losing loved ones unnecessarily, tragically, and preventably.
Recent data from the Washington Traffic Safety Commission shows 1 in 3 fatal crashes in the state involved a speeding driver. And the number of fatal crashes involving speeding has been trending upward since 2019.
Between 2019 and 2024, tickets to speeding drivers in excess of 50 miles an hour over the speed limit increased by 200%. So we know that this is an increasing problem that we've been dealing with.
House Bill 1596 hopes to address that increasing problem. The legislation would require certain drivers to have an intelligent speed assistance device installed on their car. The device limits the speed of the car using GPS technology to follow the speed limit in the area they're in. Similar to how ignition interlock devices are used for people with a history of drunk driving, a person would have a speed limiter if they have a new restricted license that requires one, are serving the probation after their license was suspended for excessive speeding or racing, or if they've been ordered to have a device by a court. Prime sponsor Mari Levitt, a Democrat from University Place, says mandating the devices would help correct those who habitually go over the speed limit and put others at risk.
And these aren't accidents. They're intentionally folks choosing behavior that are harming and often killing folks.
Levitt pointed to a crash in Renton last March that killed 38-year-old Andrea Smith and 3 children. According to charging documents, the 18-year-old driver in the other car was driving at over 100 miles per hour and had a history of accidents involving speeding. Smith's father, Ted, testified in support of the bill.
We need stiff consequences for these thrill seekers, and we must use any tools available to detect and stop this from happening again.
One member of the House Transportation Committee questioned if the bill gives a pass to speeders by giving them a way to continue driving.
So we're trying to help them get back their license by giving them this tool. So how is this helping save lives?
We want to find a way for them to be able to drive lawfully but safely. And having them on the road in a safe manner is going to save lives because they're driving anyway and they're driving fast. And this device, these speed limiters, are going to ensure that they can't.
The bill is yet to be scheduled for a vote out of committee. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And Josh will be back with your full First Alert weather forecast. Keep it right here.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
I'm a real wild one. Life is wild. There's work to be done, adventure around every corner, and a truck that handles it all. The new 2024 Ford F-150 Wild Edition. It's rugged, loaded with tech, and built to go wild. Get a wild deal on an F-150 today. Lease a 24 F-150 STX 4x4 Wild Edition for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Discover cutting-edge wellness at Augment Wellness today. From cold plunges, infrared saunas, compression therapy, hyperbaric chamber, and our state-of-the-art red light booth. And join us for our grand opening celebration, February 14th in Kennewick.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
Escape to extraordinary luxury aboard Water to Wine Cruises' magnificent 74-foot yacht on the Columbia River. Savor exquisite Northwest wines and gourmet cuisine while gliding past breathtaking vistas. Whether it's an intimate dinner, special celebration, or corporate event, our elegant vessel creates unforgettable moments against stunning sunsets. Experience the ultimate river journey at watertowinecruises.com.
The Kraken face off against Detroit, 6:30 Tuesday on MeTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day. In fact, we'll have several of those over the next week as we have multiple storm systems we're tracking, kind of dealing with the tail end of one today, and then another one for Tuesday and Wednesday, another one for Thursday and Friday, another one into Saturday and Sunday. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with today, snow chances will continue in the Cascades and Blues throughout the day, picking up after lunchtime. Low elevations will start off dry, but small snow chances will creep into the Blue foothills during the afternoon. This includes places like Lexington, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. And then for tonight, chances for snow will pick up for the Blue foothills this evening and could also trickle down into parts of the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, and Lower Columbia Basin. Snow chances will continue for our mountain ranges as well, with better chances being in the Blues as opposed to the Cascades. Then for tomorrow, in general, snow chances will stay small but consistent throughout the day. Snow levels will be low enough to where if any precip falls in the region, it'll likely be in the form of something frozen. This includes all lower elevations spanning the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue foothills. Of all those aforementioned microclimates, the Blue foothills will have the best chance at seeing accumulating snowfall. Then for tomorrow night, chances for snowfall will essentially stay the same as during the day on Tuesday. The Cascades, Blues, and Blue foothills will have the best shot of seeing accumulating snow, while it'll likely be drier for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, and Lower Columbia Basin. Now on to some of these snowfall totals that we're expecting from 4 this morning to 4 in the morning on Wednesday. We're thinking 3 to 4 inches for most of our Cascade passes, 5 to 6 inches for our Blue Mountain passes, and we could get up to an inch in some lower elevation spots, including for Walla Walla, and Hermiston, and Lexington, and Ellensburg, and for Sunnyside. Then we'll have a little bit more snow into Wednesday, not that much more though. This is probably going to be the driest day over the next 7 days, so we're going to hand wave this one. Now we'll talk about the storm system we have in Thursday and Friday. This one could be a little bit more interesting for lower elevations, maybe getting upwards of an inch of additional snowfall for the lower Yakima Valley and the Lower Columbia Basin, up to 2 inches in the Blue foothills, and maybe upwards of 5 to 6 inches for our Blue Mountain passes. Then we have another storm system into Saturday and Sunday. This one not nearly as impressive for lower elevations, but the snowfall could be more equally distributed for our Blue Mountain and Cascade passes. So lots to track over the next 7 days. Also, it's going to be pretty cold over the next 7 days. We'll keep it sub-seasonal, albeit a little bit warmer for this weekend. Not by much, though. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold and dry Wednesday, but another shot at accumulating snowfall into Thursday and Friday. In Yakima, maybe a few snow showers Wednesday through Friday, but brisk and dry for the weekend. In Ellensburg, similar to Yakima, a few snow showers possible for mid to late week, then mostly dry this weekend. In Hermiston, drying out for Wednesday, but another chance of some snowfall for Thursday and Friday, perhaps another chance this weekend. Then in Walla Walla, chances for snowfall will continue for Wednesday and beyond, with another peak in the action possible on Friday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal showdown.
Come on. What are you doing?
The It Ends With Us co-star's attorneys scheduled to appear in a Manhattan courtroom in just hours for the first hearing of the dueling lawsuits that have rocked Hollywood.
I thought we were friends. We are friends.
Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds attempting to have Baldoni's $400 million defamation countersuit thrown out after the A-list actress accused her co-star of sexual harassment and inappropriate conduct during the filming of their movie and trying to destroy her reputation.
I want a divorce.
Allegations Baldoni has vehemently denied. In his defense, Baldoni launching a new website over the weekend. And coming up at 7 a.m., more on the contentious case. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
No more gross cough syrup.
We all want you to feel better.
I want extra TV time or I'll walk.
How about this?
Introducing the Only Kids Soft Chew for medicated cough relief. New Mucinex Children's Mighty Chews are mighty clever.
Febreze. Hi, I use Febreze Fade Defy Plug.
And I use this.
Febreze has a microchip to control scent release so it smells first day fresh for 50 days.
50 days?
And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
Special K. For all the special reasons you move. Like being an absolute boss.
Mike had a heart attack a year ago, but he's still living in the red with a very high risk of another attack. With his risk factors, his recommended LDL-C level should be below 55. Are you at risk? Learn how to get a free LDL-C test at attackheartdisease.com.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is time now for your morning sprint, and we start off with the national headlines that you need to know this morning as President Trump is planning to impose sweeping 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico, a 10% tariff on Canadian oil and gas, and a 10% tariff on Chinese imports. Now, some experts say that the U.S. households could spend about $2,600 more per year under this plan. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Canada will then issue 25% retaliatory tariffs on more than $100 billion of American goods, which will raise the costs for things like food and gas for Americans. Trump is set to speak with Trudeau as well as the president of Mexico today. And Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will travel to El Paso, Texas today, where he will be meeting with a military joint task force working to crack down on illegal immigration along the U.S. and Mexico border. Pentagon announcing just Friday that it's preparing to deploy around 1,000 troops to help Border Patrol agents. Hegseth says that he and the Defense Department will support the territorial integrity of the border.
A critical aviation warning system is now back up and running. The Notice to Air mission system allows pilots to download flight details before they fly, which is an important tool for air safety. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the lead system went offline and was unusable, but it was back within 24 hours. The system, which Duffy called old, has gone down before. An outage in January 2024 briefly halted all U.S. flights.
6:51 and time to take a look at some health headlines. A national recall is in effect for 4-ounce refillable medicine bottles from Cabinet Health. The CPSC says repeated use can cause the plastic lid to not secure tightly, posing a potential poisoning risk for children. More than 65,000 bottles are affected. Consumers are advised to contact Cabinet Health for replacements.
In your sports news, after the order imposing tariffs on Canada was announced, it spilled over into the sporting world. During the singing of the U.S. national anthem, just before the NHL game between the Ottawa Senators and the Minnesota Wild, members of the crowd began loudly booing. This also happened Sunday during the NBA matchup between the Toronto Raptors and the LA Clippers.
Now, here are the top 5 local stories that you need to know as you head out the door this morning. First up, an immigration rights rally took place in Pasco. It was right at the intersection of Road 68 and Burden Boulevard. Hundreds of people protesting the president's new immigration policies. It lasted several hours. The area was backed up in both directions with traffic for miles. Some people in the rally saying that this is just the beginning.
Walla Walla County is reporting its first flu-related death of the 2024-25 season. While most people can recover from the flu, the virus can also have serious complications for young children, those who are pregnant, and those with underlying health conditions. You can help protect yourself by getting vaccinated and by practicing good hygiene.
Well, TriTech's Skills Center enrollment for the next school year is now open. To apply, you have to be a junior or senior for the upcoming school year. And if you do go to apply and you see that the registration list is already full, don't be discouraged. They do have a wait list. Registration is set to close on March 7th, and we have a link to that up on our website, Apple Valley News Now.
The Kennewick School District has named its 3 finalists in its search for the next superintendent. Dr. Chris Nesmith, Dr. Davian Lewis, and Lance Hansen are all up for the position. Finalist interviews will take place on February 4th, 5th, and 6th, and the interviews are open to the public so you can meet the finalists and ask them questions as well as provide your input. The final interviews will take place at the KSD Administration Center.
And Prosser Memorial Health's new state-of-the-art hospital is officially open. A special flag-raising ceremony was held at the new hospital just Saturday. It is the first all-electric hospital in the U.S. to open, and others are currently being built. The facility is 33% bigger and has room to expand. It also has larger patient rooms, new technology, new operating rooms, and it is located at 200 Prosser Health Drive.
All right, trending now. Experts are calling it one of the most stunning trades ever in NBA history between the Los Angeles Lakers and Dallas Mavericks. And if you're a Mavs fan like me, you are unwell.
She's not
mad.
You're not even like a sporty spice, but this one got you shook.
I've never been upset about sports before, and this is a first for me, so.
It's just the beginning now, I know. So the Mavericks traded superstar Luka Doncic along with Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris for the Lakers' Anthony Davis, Max Christie, along with their 2029 first-round draft pick.
The Utah Jazz also were involved in the trade, receiving Jalen Hood. Shifino, I didn't realize, okay, he's got a double last name. Jalen Hood Shifino, along with 2025 second-round picks from both LA and Dallas.
And the Dallas GM says Davis will help elevate them defensively, and the Lakers say Doncic is a one-of-a-kind superstar who will lead the franchise in the years to come. We know.
Look at this video.
That's how I feel.
Outside. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So according to ESPN, the Mavs had major concerns with Luka's conditioning and the impeding potential Supermax contract. Of course, some Maverick fans, like the one I'm sitting next to, heartbroken.
So heartbroken.
Many gathered to show their unhappiness outside the AAC arena. Many carried signs, with some even carrying a cup.
Oh, they're pouring one out for their homies there.
Put me in there because this team let me down, and it's so hard being a Dallas sports fan because it's just always disappointing. It's just, you know,
the run can be rough sometimes.
I know. Is this what it's like? I don't want to like sports.
I'm surprised Mark Cuban signed off on that. I mean, that is like...
He no longer has a majority share, yeah. So this Nico GM is, you know, on everybody's hit list.
Even casual NBA fans, like I love college basketball, NBA not so much, but like even casual fans know who Luka is.
Oh, 100%.
So...
Yeah,
wow.
It's a big one.
LA gets,
give me some good news,
the Lakers
Josh.
get everything.
Yeah. Did you see your shadow over the weekend?
Did I see my shadow over the weekend? Well, that's for the rodents. But anyway, we'll go ahead. Here's the good news, Jessica. If you like the snow, there's a little opportunity and she doesn't like the snow, so can't win. But anyway, there's a little opportunity for low elevation snow for multiple days over the next 7 days. So right now we're seeing some snow showers up in the Cascades, also in the Blues. But by the time we get to this afternoon, some of those could start to slip down into the foothills. Right now, temperatures up into the teens in the Cascades, 20s and 30s in the valleys, right around freezing in the basin, right around freezing in the foothills, teens and 20s up in the Blues. For today, it's going to be mostly dry, mostly gray for lower elevations, but into the late afternoon, that's when we could start to see a bit of a wintry mix in Walla Walla. And again, it is a first alert weather day from 4 p.m. today to 4 in the morning on Wednesday for the lower Yakima Valley, lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills, as we could have up to an inch of snow for Sunnyside and Hermiston and Walla Walla. Then for Thursday and Friday, another set of first alert weather days. For the same microclimates, this time up to an inch for the Valley and Basin, maybe up to 2 inches in the foothills.
All right, bundle up.
Bundle up. Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalley.newsnow.com.
And Good Morning America is up next. We'll, of course, be back tonight with your local news and weather at 5.
Have a great day and stay warm, please.